What's happening, everyone? We're here today at an undisclosed location that I will disclose to you in the next month or two. A lot of really exciting things going on the channel right now. And the main one that you probably already know about because you've heard me talking about selling my Mitsubishi Fuso. My Mitsubishi Fuso is up for auction, yada yada. Well, big news. The auction ends tomorrow, July 21st. So before that thing is gone, I wanted to do one last video and chat about some things that I don't know that I've really pointed out with it. First of all, this thing looks a lot like a typical camper, a camper trailer, an RV. On the outside, it's got slides and all that kind of stuff going on, but it's certainly not built like one. The frames of most of these RV quality campers are wood. This is an aluminum frame. It's super strong, super lightweight, and it uses a Phylon fiberglass reinforced siding on the exterior. It's also not mounted like a typical RV. So if you've been following my Mobzilla F550 build, you know that the Bowen Customs flatbed isn't just a regular flatbed. It's actually a zero torsion system so that when the truck flexes, it doesn't transfer that frame flex up into the camper. The reason this is really important is because, as you guys have seen from watching my videos over the years, when you take a camper off-roading, you're not going on level ground. You're going to get twisting of the frame and flexing, and you really don't want to transfer all that force up into the camper, into the cabinetry, into the camper frames, things like that. So the Fuso, just like the Mobzilla, is mounted on a zero torsion system, like the OG zero torsion flatbed system that uses springs on bolts to bolt the thing together, but allow for some flex in between. On that same note, you'll see that, of course, the Fuso has slides. Home's where you park it and slide it. I've got to say the slides on this thing have been amazing. That's what makes this thing so big and wide on the inside. But unlike traditional RV slides that are prone to breakage, that don't like to go out or operate when they're not perfectly level, these slides are worm gear driven. So essentially they're gonna push out and go back in no matter what level they're at. I've never had any issues with them, and the previous owners that I've spoke with have never had any issues with them either. But one of them did get them serviced a couple years ago just for good measure. So the slides are all fresh, ready to go. This thing has a ridiculously tight steering radius. A lot of that has to do with how short the wheelbase actually is. A standard long bed truck is actually a longer wheelbase than this thing. And if you remember when I had the Jeep parked next to it, I think the Jeep wheelbase was actually a little bit longer, the Gladiator. The Fuso is only 6 inches longer than the Jeep Gladiator, which is absolutely insane because it's like 3 times as much house inside. But Coda, which one do you want? You got 2 stairs next to you. Which one you want to go? Let's go home. Let's go. Come on, let's go home. Oh! Oh! The doggo has decided. Oh, good John and jump. So you just measured
6 foot 4 inches from this edge,
yeah,
to this edge.
6'4".
That's about your widest point, not because I'm not counting the awnings and stuff.
Yeah.
And that's about 6 foot 4. And this one from edge to edge is 6 foot 9.
So 5 inches wider.
5 inches wider.
Not bad at all. That's rad. Fuso is 19.2 feet long.
Something like that, yeah.
Something like that. Happy's doing quick measurements on his phone. And my rig is not, it's about the same. What, it's a little shorter. What is it, 18?
18.9.
18.9.
Not including bumpers. And so you got about 3 inches longer on the actual thing, but
yeah,
you got to add the tires and the bumpers. So it's about, I would say, 22 feet long.
Yeah. But with the cab over design of the Fuso, the cab of the truck literally ends at the back of the front tires. So not only do you get a super short 22-foot long camper, but with that short wheelbase, you get just an incredible steering radius. I honestly feel like it's a better steering radius than any truck I've ever driven. It's way better than the Gladiator. It's worlds better than the F550. And since this thing fits in a parking space and it has a tight steering radius, you can actually maneuver it into just about any parking space. Look at how tight that circle is that we just did. That's the outer one. The inner one is how tight it actually steers. That's why. I remember I was pulling into a Chipotle once, and it was a really tight parking lot, and I just whipped on in, and I didn't have to back up or anything, and I was just like, boop, and I had 2 bikes on the front, because the Fuso does have a Thule bike rack on the front, and I just put those things right up to the glass right away. I was super comfortable, and I remember a bunch of people looking at me like, what? Like, what is that thing and how did you just get it in here so easily? Another thing you might not know about the Fuso that you can't really see from pictures, it's kind of tucked away. This thing has a world-class heating system. It's got an S-bar diesel heater that's plumbed to the tank of the Fuso. You can literally run the diesel heater for over a month without draining the main tank completely. When we lived out in the woods in Bend, Oregon for the winter, I would drive the Fuso out like once a month to fill up water and fill up fuel. All right, we made it out. It wasn't hard. I didn't think it was gonna be. It's got a 60-gallon water tank, which is plenty for 2 people to have multiple showers. It's got a really low flow shower head. And the coolest part about the water system is that it's got a Rixon's hydronic heating system. So essentially you can flip a switch. You've got an electric water heater that works off grid. Showering in this thing was awesome. Good hike. There's a water fill right there, Amanda just noticed. So we're gonna take showers in the rig, use a bunch of our water. But yeah, I've been waiting to like have an opportunity to fill water where you still have 5, 10, we probably have 20, 30 gallons. We can take as long a shower as we want right now and leave here full of water. Ooh, that's actually like too hot almost. Woo! This is amazing. Showered in the truck. Showers for everyone. Wow. That's a game changer. I know I told you guys before I bought this rig that I wanted a shower, wanted a bathroom, wanted more amenities of a house. I had no idea how awesome it would be to actually have them, especially when you're right next to a water fill and you can use all the water in the world. Game changer, whole new life. But since this is a cab over truck, meaning the cab of the truck is over the front wheels, you sit right over the front wheels, which is a really cool feeling when you're off-roading. It also gives you tons of visibility. Having this really flat windshield in front, you can see directly on the ground what you're about to go over. So it's like a whole new experience off-road. The road's gone. And it's quite fun, to be honest. You sit on air ride seats, so any little, undulations in the road or bounces are super soft and soaked up by those seats, which are adjustable just by a simple hand pump that's hanging under the seat. You've heard me talk about how this is an incredibly rare vehicle. There's only 2 of these ever made, and this is one of them. So you guys have probably heard of Earth Cruiser before. They built yacht quality campers on Mitsubishi Fusos and other campers as well out of Bend, Oregon. And these campers had a base price of $599,000. What's up, everyone? Well, we're here today at Earth Cruiser with Lance, and he's
G'day.
kinda...
How are you? The Fuso, as most people know, it starts life as a very basic commercial truck. which is great. We like that, but it doesn't really make it as comfortable for any sort of long distance traveling. So, you know, there's a lot of work we put into the suspension and, you know, the wheels we talked about, the seats, the soundproofing, the electrical systems, just to make it nice. You know, it matters. You know, to me, that great big windscreen is the best big screen TV on the planet.
When Lance first came over from Australia wanting to build expedition vehicles on the Fuso platform, he went to Oregon and linked up with Dave, the owner of Host Campers. They built a few prototype campers, didn't end up working out, and Lance went to start Earth Cruiser. So if you want to own a piece of Overland history and also the ultimate dog hauling road trip machine, head to trailbid.com, place your bid. When you place a bid, it's going to put a 5% hold on your credit card. If you are the winning bidder, we can use Key Savvy, which is the most secure and easy way to buy and sell a vehicle online. They're like a third-party escrow company that handles the payment and just makes sure everything's super smooth for both parties. They even handle the title transfer if you're in another state or whatever. The Fuso is registered in Arizona. It is 100% paid off. No liens, no BS, nothing. Ready to go, ready for you, and ready for its next adventure, quite frankly. And you can fly into Arizona. The Fuso is completely ready for sale. It's got a brand new bed, brand new comforter, brand new pillows, brand new mirror, brand new screen for the entry door. It's got a brand new cassette toilet and toilet seat so that you don't have to deal with any of that. It's got enough diesel exhaust fluid in there to get you from here to Canada. It's got everything that I thought you might need, even toilet treatment. So if you have any questions on the Fuso at all, shoot me an email at phil@trailbid.com. We'll chat. If you want to go and see it, the time's kind of running out, but you can go check it out. It's in Scottsdale, Arizona right now. Yeah, just send me an email if you guys have any questions. Super excited for this rig to find its next adventure. So comment what you think of the Fuso. Hit the like if you enjoyed this video. And thank you guys for watching. As always, the only question is, are you down to mob the Fuso, baby?